What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the platform, episode 102. Title of this episode is Gamers versus Industry, because there's just been a lot of, I want to say, moistness and blowback against the industry right now. And some of it is definitely warranted. And some of it is just a little kind of just being triggered to be triggered. So we're going to talk about that shit today. We're going to go over Sonic, which is a nightmare, and we'll have a special guest for our final round. Somebody who is constantly triggered, maybe just by being next to Terry. But Terry's husband will join us, Mr. Joel, the Pokemon Master. He's going to join us today in final round to get his feelings about it, because I'm absolutely triggered. So definitely look forward to that. And shit, yeah. So we have a smaller show today as far as people on it. So our conversations may be a little shorter. We may get some that might show up a little later, or just pop in here and out. So we'll have that. But let's go ahead and get our introductions here. Let's start with Big Mike. What's up, man? Introduce yourself and tell us what you're playing. I ain't gonna get you. I ain't gonna get you. Listen, I ain't gonna get you right now. You already down one life, so you already yeah. So okay, all right. I see. Oh. Terry's like, all right, next up, we got Cool Cat Terry. What's up, Terry? Introduce yourself and tell us what you're playing. Exactly. And I was just about to ask you. I was just about to ask you about that. Like, I know, Big Mike. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that warrants that. I don't even understand why he would shoot you. mm, 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 mm. Hold up. Okay, so you said everybody else was really quiet. I thought it sounded good when me and Big Mike was testing it. Hold on. Say something. Hold on. This. I did derp it. Hold on. Let's go. Hold on. Oh yeah. It's happening. It's happening. Hold on. Something changed. I don't know what fucking changed. Like literally, I don't know. I don't know what changed. It's not that. It's what the fuck. Like, say something. I mean, like, is this really happening to me right now? Like, honestly, that is the shittiest. Hold on, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm about to fix it. Watch. I'm taking my life. I'm gonna take a life. Just give me a chance to fix it, and then I'll take it. All right, say something.
Testing, testing. Yo, John, can you hear us better?
I think it's good now. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself. Say something.
Testing, testing. John said better. So there you go. So this is why when we test, we like to have people out there in our chat and let us know.
Yeah, because no, but it was coming. It was coming through when we did it earlier. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what happens, but I think it's Terry. I think Terry is sabotaging me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think she comes in, you know, like my camera right now. My camera's sabotaged. I think she injected a virus.
Camera's not working.
Yeah, she injected a virus into my PC. You know what I'm saying? And because I always sabotage her, so now she's sabotaging me right now. Yeah, like.
But I'll sing, hey everyone. It's Terry from the better place than YouTube, and I've been playing the Wildlands with Mike each week, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a lot of trolling and shit happening in that game. It's been great, and I've also continued Resident Evil, not Resident Evil, God. Oh, I have not been playing that shit. I've been playing Red Dead. I continued the campaign. I finally made it to chapter 3, and now that I'm in 3, as soon as 3 started, they introduced Miss Adler, and that is a crazy ass chick. I can tell you that. She I think I'm definitely enjoying the game now that she's introduced because she's a mess, and she's very, very sassy. And I'm just like, she's a whole lot of trouble, you know. But I'm liking it, and so it's definitely gotten better. Cause yeah, I agree with Mike. The first 2 chapters of that game are slow and boring. You have to get through
Yes.
that, and then you get to chapter 3. And then things start, you know, definitely picking up, and it's getting good now. I'm happy that I'm in chapter 3, and I'm having fun with that. And Lenny,
I was worried. I was worried at first, though. I was like,
Lenny, outside of the crazy ass chick Adler, Lenny is still one of my favorites. I think he's a great character. I like him a lot. He's pretty cool. So I'm liking the game. And then I also started Odyssey this week as well. So. The controls just, I don't know, they feel different. Like, it's not the same as Origins. Like, I was expecting it to be very similar to Origins, but it's different.
I thought so, too, with Odyssey. It was like, I don't know, it seemed like it was a little more, there was a faster pace with it, and everything wasn't so exact, like how Origins.
The combat has thrown me off, too, because you have to use the bumpers and stuff to fight instead of, you know, it's just weird not using like X or square.
Say it, Terry. Say it, Terry. It's Soulsy.
Soulsy. It's not Soulsy. Definitely not Soulsy. It's just weird. They have the control scheme different, and it's just.
It's set up like
right.
Look. It's set up like Dark Souls. Dark Souls uses the bumpers for attack and all that, and the dodges. It's literally got the same, I should say, the same button assignments.
I mean, I can see using the buttons and stuff when you're using a bow. That makes sense because you got to aim and shoot. But when you're using the sword, it just feels weird.
It's like you're shooting the sword instead of like.
It's just weird. I don't know. I'm not. And then you know how Assassin's Creed's all about, climbing on top of, viewpoints, and then you always get to do the swan dive off. The very, very first viewpoint, there's no swan dive. I was like, what the fuck? This is one of the big things that makes Assassin's Creed. You to climb up somewhere, you have a little look-see look, your eagle flies around, you're like, oh, look at how majestic he is, and then you swan dive into some bushes. And that doesn't happen. I'm like, so I had to crawl back down because I was looking around and it didn't give me the option to, dive off. And I'm like, well, this is some bullshit. But other than that, I think the game is going to be pretty solid.
Well, what I've played of it so far it's solid, but I'm with you on that. Something is different about the combat from Origins, because Origins brought me back into it.
It was so fluid in Origins.
Super Assassin's Creed fatigue, you know what I'm saying? But
I loved it in Origins because
Origins was like, wow, it was super smooth.
I loved
this
it.
one is kind of
this one is just I don't know if what it is. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
What's up, Anthony, man? Yes, we are. That's actually one of our first topics, but we do have some breaking news. We're going to talk about Kingdom Hearts first, and then after Kingdom Hearts, we'll get into Sonic. So, okay, so since my shit was fucked up earlier, hold on. First of all, let me get this out the way because I know. Let's get that out the way. Okay, so Big Mike, let's go ahead and get your introduction since probably nobody got it. What's up, man? Introduce yourself and tell us what you're playing.
What's going on? My name is Big Mike. I've been playing some Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, and Battlefield 5 with the fams. I've also been playing some Wildlands with Cool Cat Terry, the fams, on Xbox. Just having fun, and just chilling. That's what's going on.
All right. Bet. What's up, everybody? My name is Danny. I'm the host here at the platform, and I have been playing some CSGO. I had to test out the Battle Royale, which is pure piss. But I do like CSGO. But I'm not sure about the Battle Royale. That shit's not popping. I went back and started playing some of my backlog shit. And I reinstalled Battle Chasers, and I forgot how good of an RPG that really is. So I've been playing that, a little bit of Dragon Quest XI. And believe it or not, The Witcher 3. I went back, because I want to finish the game. I'm right there. But, once you put in 500 hours in a game, it makes it real hard to beat it. I don't give a fuck how much of a gamer you are. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes you have to step away for some shit and then come back to it. And then it's you get that refreshness of it. So, loving The Witcher 3. I'm going to finally beat it tonight. And I've been playing. I always go mobile because they say real gamers don't play mobile phone, but we fucking do. We try to. It's we'll try to get the game anytime, anywhere, anyhow. We'll game it up. So I've been playing Chaos Masters, and I've been playing this one sweet ass fucking RPG. It's called Epic 7. I swear to God, Epic 7 is probably one of the most beautiful RPGs I've ever seen, even just on phone. It looks like it uses the same engine Skullgirls uses. It has that super animated style. So it's very, very beautiful. So check that out. Epic 7 on iOS and Android. All right.
Have you looked into the new Looney Tunes World of Mayhem?
Absolutely. I
the trailer for that looked amazing. And I was like, but I'm sure the gameplay is nothing like that at all.
Listen. I thought that too, and I downloaded it last night, and I probably put in 5 minutes of it. And I must say, it's kind of impressive. It's the characters themselves, their attacks are based on kind of their own mythology. So, Bugs Bunny is a trickster, so he has a lever that he pulls, and he drops a fucking giant safe on your head and shit, and knocks you the fuck out. I actually think there's potential. There's unlimited potential with that Looney Tunes game. I mean, once they start going into Tiny Toons and Buster and all, once they start reaching out into that would be I swear to God, I'll support it. I may even put some money into it.
I haven't played a Miniature game in a long time. I think they had that. What was it? Acme Mayhem or whatever.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
It was like their version of Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
I mean, I played it and it was all right, but definitely Marvel had the better game. But it was decent. If you wanted a campy little game to screw around, and kill time with.
I think the fan service is so much better in this mobile game, and that's a damn shame to say, but I think they're kind of like, if you actually were a fan of Looney Tunes back in the day, and even today, there's a lot of like little Easter eggs within the combat itself that will have you kind of chuckling. Well, it also make you feel old too, but have you chuckling to yourself too. They were just
I'll have to throw it up on my BlueStacks and take a look at it.
Oh yeah, we can PvP as well. So we can do a BlueStacks battle.
Sometimes I stream the mobile games because people like to see them and play against me. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll do it on your channel, and we'll do like a versus.
You missed out on Guns of Boom. Freaking Danny Trejo had a whole event on that damn game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he had a whole event.
Okay, I mean that game is kind of like popular right now because it's BlueStacking the shit out of it. It was
good.
I had fun.
I think you got can't remember what was happening, and I think you got like a special shotgun or something. I can't remember, but it was good.
Okay. I know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like Danny Trejo's like.
He sells out as much as Snoop Dogg. He's every damn thing.
He's like, will I say no? I'm saying no to saying no. I will always say yes. All right. Well, let's get right into it. Thank you guys for being here. We're talking kind of a lot of basically gamer. Irritation as well as industry stupidity. Today, our topics are kind of surrounded around that, and the reason why they're centered around that is because hell, that's what they're talking about right now. There's literally you had Game Awards, and then there was kind of that flux after where it was like some games were talked about, some weren't, and then you have regular shit. But this year it was like you had Game Awards, and then you had all these triggered other interpersonal gaming stories that came out that kind of overshadowed the hype of Game Awards that has just passed. So we're taking advantage, and we're going to kind of delve deep into some of these topics here. I wanted to talk about Sonic first, but there was there was some breaking news, and that was with Kingdom Hearts. So I thought it was a hoax at first when Big Mike brought it to my attention. Because I'm thinking, it's Big Mike. You gotta some stories. So listen, some stories is super true. Some
Mike
is
will
from
read The Onion and think it's real.
He'll be like TMZ.Z has this story, and it's like, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? That shit is as false as a $2 bill with every cast member on the platform on it. So it's like not happening. But this shit is actually true. So Kingdom Hearts 3. There was an Xbox copy that got out into the wild, and there's a lot of different kind of conflicting stories on like how it actually got sold to this one guy who posted videos. But I think the general consensus is basically there was this guy who works at some random packaging company that they didn't really disclose what company, and he got himself a copy of fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 like 45 days early. And I don't know if he was having like second thoughts or he just wasn't trying to boot it up on his system. So he decided to sell it. And he sold the copy on Facebook shop or whatever, how you can sell items on Facebook. It's like a Facebook store. And I think he sold it for like $120. And so now this guy, some random dude, is like trying to prove that he's fucking playing it. He posts so many fucking videos on like certain parts of the game, huge spoilers on like the end of the game, and it's just this big ass fucking backlash, and I was pretty surprised about it. Big Mike, I think it happened like 8 a.m., right? It was like
he got all the way to the end?
Yeah, the dude played it. I guess.
Seems like this guy got through the whole game in like a day.
Well, yeah, because he probably didn't put it
he
down.
He played on baby mode, Terry. As you would say, he probably played on baby mode just to go.
Probably, man, right. Because Kingdom Hearts takes a bit.
Right,
it's an RPG. It's not like a fucking action game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, it is, but it's an action RPG. It's like maybe 50 hours long, I think, at the most for it. So
yeah, because in a way, well, I know it's nothing like The Witcher 3, but it was like one of our friends on Xbox when I had Witcher 3, and if you play on normal or the hard difficulty, it's like a 40-hour plus game.
It's like a 40-hour game because you got to grind and shit. Yeah,
right. But if you played on easy mode, like one of our Xbox friends there, Terry, he did within like 15 hours. He's like, done.
You just spit it out, and it's like, damn, man, you didn't even enjoy it. Like, and this, I think, this is the whole thing about Kingdom Hearts. You know, there's some real, true, tried and true fans for the game, and I think they honestly wanted to be surprised when the game got released at how much, you know, that they threw in the actual game itself, as far as like Easter eggs relating to past games, to the story.
Well, they can't have any spoilers on Easter eggs. I mean, the guy flew through it so quick, he probably missed them all.
Yeah, he did. I looked at the videos too, and I didn't think they were as spoilery as people are making them out to be. But in the same token, there's a lot of like text where the story is explained and how it ends, and I think it's very, very unfortunate. Terry, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think Square Enix is thinking right now about this?
I'm sure they're upset because, you know, they've been working on this game a long time for it to just be out there like that, you know. So I would expect possibly some legal action will be taken. Because, you know, nobody should be playing this shit, you know, without their permission. So the guy who stole it clearly is going to get in trouble because he stole that shit and then sold it, right. You know. What? And then, you know, the guy who bought it, you know,
you think he should get in trouble?
I mean, who should get in trouble? He should get in trouble.
Listen, all he did was
buy. Not for buying it, because that's not on him. I mean, somebody else fucked that.
Right, they sold it. Any gamer would buy that shit.
He still posted all this stuff. I mean, that's still a no-no.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There's I'm sure there's still NDAs and all this other shit going around right now. So even
the NDA and everything.
Yeah, he's still liable for that shit. Like, if he was smart, he should have just kept it to himself, played it, and been done, and not said anything. But no, he went out to the public, and now he jumped out of the pot of the fire too. So he's just as liable. So they both, you know, should have some legal action taken against them for doing that shit.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Go ahead.
Anybody who's upset about spoilers, why the hell are you reading that shit? If you really don't want spoilers and you see someone posting shit about their game, why are you reading it?
Just close it. You know what I'm saying? Close it. As soon as you see the word leak, you should close that fucking tab.
Don't go read through it, find out how the story goes out, and then get all pissed off that he told you about it. Why the hell are you reading it? Stop reading it. That's all. You know, so that's on the people just being idiots and not, you know, complaining about how they learned something when they had full ability not to learn it. You know what I mean?
Listen. I was looking at some videos on YouTube, and there was this dude. He literally said he was about to throw up. You know, that he was so fucking sad about the game, and I'm thinking, I get it. I mean, it's sad that shit got leaked out.
If you're scrolling through social media and someone has a photo post and you scroll through and you happen to see it, that's not on you.
Yeah, because then it's like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
That's not on you. Damn. But if you're opening up a freaking thing and reading through text to find shit out, that's on you. That's on you. You can't be blaming nobody but yourself for getting spoiled.
How hard is it to look away? Just turn your fucking head. Like, close the window.
Don't read it. And then my other thing that kind of drives me nuts, because it seems like this guy just blew through this game, is I hate it so much when I find when gamers do that shit. You know? These companies take years to make a lot of these games. You know, they put a lot of hard work and dedication to making these things for us to enjoy. And then you always see these people who, you know, want this game, they've been excited, and then they beat it in, like, record time. And it's like, why? Take the time to enjoy this thing that you've been waiting for so long, and these people put so much time to create for you to enjoy. It's just to me, it's like a slap to the face of the creators of these games that put all this time into making something. You know, some of these games take them 4 to 6 years to make, and then you'll go and you'll slam through it in 8 hours, and it's like you didn't even enjoy it. It's just literally, it's disrespectful in my opinion. You know, take the time to just look around the game. Don't just fly through your story or your missions. Take the time to fucking look around and see what they all put in there. You know, appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, stop and smell the roses. You know, like, I mean, do you really have to fucking power through this shit? Like, just take a moment, pan the camera around, look at all this fucking, technology.
I just really hate it when I hear about people blowing through the game so damn quick like that. It really does bother me. Like, I remember I have a friend who was big into Halo, and I remember when Halo 5 came out, he stayed up all night, and he did that entire game in one sitting. And I'm just like...
It's like, really, man? At one fucking sitting, Halo is like 28 hours long or something like that.
He did the full story in one freaking sitting. And, I mean, he played it more than once because, he wanted 100% it. So, I mean, at least he got some extra value out of it. But for him to just blow through it like he did is just, like I said, it's a slap to the face because you're not taking the time to actually appreciate it. And a lot of gamers are only going to play it that one time. You know,
I mean, I
can at least be thankful that he played it more than once after that. So he had more time to look through it later. But many people are going to blow through it and move on. They're not going to play it again.
Yep.
I mean, think about, like, the more slap in the face, too. It's like, not only did I leak your game, not only did I get it early, I ran through it. You know, it's just like, fuck you.
It's like, I didn't pay for it. I got it really early, and I'm not going to take the time to appreciate this game. I'm just going to whip through it in, like, 12 hours and be done, and then talk shit about it. It's like
I heard that he gave it a bad review. I think the person that played it. I think he said something to the terms that this was the worst fucking game he's ever played.
The worst game in the series or whatever. I'm like, there's a lot of games in the Kingdom Hearts series, and I think and
there's ones that were terrible
isn't
too.
Isn't it Birth by Sleep is the most hated one or something? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But so for him to say that this is worse than that's a very big thing to say. So
when he said that, I thought he was just looking for some attention.
It is clickbait. It's the clickbait.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like
looking for his attention and get some views.
Sounds like he has no right to say shit about the game. I mean, he didn't buy it and he barely played it. You know, he didn't appreciate it. Even if he got through the whole game, he just rushed through that shit. And the only way you can rush through it is, like Mike said, he had to have it on the easiest setting. Because Kingdom Hearts, you have to grind in some stuff.
Yeah, you got
to grind.
Mm-hmm.
So if he just whipped through it and had no grinding, he had to play it on the easiest setting, which means he didn't even have a chance to appreciate it. He didn't have any hard fights, nothing.
He just barreled through enemies, got to the boss, and was next. Like, it's just there was nothing.
Of course, you're not gonna like it if you're playing it like that. I mean, you're not gonna have any challenges on a boss. You're not gonna feel any sense of accomplishment. Of course, you hate it.
You didn't get the story because you barreled through. Like, it's just, so when I heard about this story, it was just very interesting that, that people were more sad. And that kind of struck me, too, because it wasn't really, like, the most triggered people. People were more, like, disappointed. And, they were kind of feeling bad for Square Enix, because I know Square Enix right now, their office is literally imploded, because they can't stop it. It's too many Reddit posts, too many alternate web page posts, too, about the game and what transpires in the game now and what fucking, what's the ending like. And it's just so far out there, they can't even control. They'll have to literally sue the internet just to fucking get it to stop. And, I feel bad for them, man. They put so much time. And
this is one of those games that fans are very dedicated to when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. And they've been waiting a very, very long time for Kingdom Hearts 3. And they've already been let down already more than once because of delays and things. For somebody else to just, be so careless and disrespectful even more.
Just shit on it.
It's
what's good, Brandon?
It's literally like, being a kid at Christmas and you've been hoping and praying to get something, and then, it all just got ruined before you even got a chance to open up your gift. It's like they literally ruined Christmas for a child, basically. It's
like when they open the gift, they go to open the gift and somebody already has the gift open and playing with the toy that they wanted for Christmas. It's like such a fucking bummer, And
I have a friend that he's probably played the series. Like, he has the definitive edition on PS4. The release, he's probably played them at least 4 or 5 times every single game because he loves Kingdom Hearts. And I told him this morning, I said, dude, stay off Twitter, stay away from YouTube, because he's like, why? I said, this dude is like spoiling Kingdom Hearts.
He's spoiling the fuck out of it. I'm with Terry on that one now. I think that dude should get fucking tears.
He's like, why are they doing this to my life? I said, people are just mean that way, man.
I'm with Terry on that. I think that dude should be shitted on. I think he really should be shitted on, because it's like, dude, it wasn't enough that you got the game early and you fucking powered through it like a fucking crazy animal. But
I know they can't stop the stuff from being spread through the internet, but they can at least go to the main source where it started, get it all deleted. Yeah. There definitely needs to be some legal action against them for breaking the NDA and all things like that.
Because the NDA, people don't understand that the NDA is not just like a term that is thrown out because some company feel like their shit doesn't want to be talked about. It is a legal matter. You know what I'm saying? It is a 100% legal matter. This is like police involved. These are 2 separate third-party entities. Disney and fucking Square Enix, and there's so much money that is tied within it, like an NDA, that it is truly criminal. And so for them to break it or sever that NDA tie is not a small thing. This is a gigantic situation. It's involving an IP that literally is one of the most recognized and celebrated IPs in the gaming world. I mean, who doesn't know what Kingdom Hearts is, even if you didn't like it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna know. You're gonna know what the game is.
Yeah. Some people, this is their most anticipated game. Like
of the year.
People,
there's something. Yeah, it's literally because this game was supposed to come out this year already. So this was supposed to be their game of the year, but it got pushed to 2019. So now they're still waiting on it, and now it's like, well, what's the point?
Somebody's already fucking.
It's literally their Christmas is spoiled for them because this is something that they wanted for so long and we're looking forward to trying, and it's just spoiled, and it's like, well, now I don't even care.
Yeah, no, it's like, fuck it now. And the hype, and and what it does too, and I say this because we've seen it before. Whenever something gets super leaked and shit, it does hurt sales. I mean, it may not hurt it that much, but, people will be more hesitant because, they already seen it. Especially people who've accidentally fucking seen the ending.
Fans will still buy it because they're going to want to, support, something that they love. So they'll still buy it, but it's going to be a thing where those that may have been on the fence may not now. It'll be a thing where those that knew that for sure they were going to buy it, they might still buy it, but they'll cancel the pre-order and they'll get it later.
They'll cancel the pre-order, right, and they'll get it later, right, and that hurts. That hurts them. I mean, that hurts their bottom line, even though they'll make it later. But you know what? The shareholders don't fucking hear that shit. The only thing they hear is that the NDA was severed and that money ain't going to be the same. And, that's detrimental.
You already know the story now because this guy put the whole story out in the open. Why would you pre-order the game? I would just buy it on sale now.
Now I just want to play it. I get the story, but now I just want to play it, and I'm going to wait, And it's like, that doesn't help Square Enix. That doesn't help Disney. That doesn't help any fucking body, So it's looking bad. It's looking real bad.
Like Anthony said in chat. I guess it was one of his most anticipated games. He said his cousin saw it, and he said, fuck it. He goes, I don't want to play the game.
But
it's like the ultimate spoiler, like you're watching a movie and you're super into this movie, and then someone tells you the ending, but when you're only halfway in, and it ruins it, and you're like, fuck, I'm not even going to see the rest of the movie now. Let's turn something else on. This literally is what happened.
Yeah, Brandon tells me all the time because I usually watch like wrestling before him. He's like, "Don't you say a goddamn thing, Mike." He goes, "I was like, I'm gonna spoil the whole goddamn thing for you because I'm just joking." He's like, "I'll murder your ass right now. Don't you say a goddamn thing."
It's just
nobody wants anything spoiled. And like you said earlier about the NDA, it's like that whole Anthem situation. It was supposed to be on NDA lockdown, and that dude spoiled the shit, and he dropped it, and Origins came in and wiped out his whole account on Origins. So look, you want to spoil that shit? He goes, "You're gonna pay a price.
You about to pay. You gotta pay. You know what I'm saying?"
Exactly.
So, and you're right.
Cheaper.
That dude has to pay. I mean, he's gonna have to reap those damages. No, I'm talking about that dude pay. Yes, but I'm talking about this dude for Kingdom Hearts.
Origins took every single game he had on PC. So
yeah, they killed it. He killed his whole account. It was like, I don't give a fuck.
Lose your lives.
Hold on, let's.
Even if these guys, because they got this shit early and they didn't get it from the correct sources, so there could be this thing that they didn't agree to the NDA. There's still going to be embargoes in place.
It's still embargoes. You already know better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. It's like you can't say that you didn't know that this was an issue. It's like you know that you're not supposed to have this. You know you're not supposed to be sharing the fucking information online. You sound like an asshole, so it's like, what else do you want us to think? And it's just... It's just crazy.
This dude's going to get booty clapped. This dude is going to get booty clapped.
Oh, for sure. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be clapped. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it is, man. That's what's going to happen. And I can't wait for them to post it because we'll talk about it too. But he's definitely fucked in the game, for sure. And I hope that's the case. I hope both of them go down. The guy that sold it and the fucking dude that spread the shit out. Yes.
What I think they should do is ban his Xbox account. Say fuck you.
Yes, for sure. It should ban that motherfucker instantly. Yes.
You want
fuck your games. Fuck what you bought.
You got to pay another $60.
Well, that's a whole different company, so I don't know if they will get involved in that.
True,
I mean, that's true. That's true because it wouldn't have anything to do with
it. Has nothing to do with Square Enix's shit,
No, but they can ban his account though. They should be able to at least his specific account. They should reach out. Yes.
They can ask Microsoft to take action, but Microsoft could be like, "This is your fight,"
That's true because they really don't have to, but it would be good on Microsoft to do that and set kind of that precedent. Like, yo. Even though it may not be us, we still can't stand for the fuckery. Because who's to think that this same dude gets a hold of obviously he has an Xbox. So if he gets a hold of a Xbox game early, he's going to fucking play it. He's going to spread it out. He's going to spoil the shit for everybody.
They might be able to take his license from the game because when he installs it, it gives him a game license.
It gives him a license, yes.
They might be able to access that because I don't know how it works with the hard copy versus digital. And they might be able to.
Well, there's still a key. There's still a digital key because he had to install it. It wasn't like the game is actually running from the disc. He had to install that DRM key. So it's there.
All right. Well, then they can take that away from him at least. I mean, I don't think he's going to care. He's already beaten the game, but they can take it away.
Disgusting. It's disgusting, but what can you do? It's like...
I like my idea better. Take that away, plus ban his account. Make him pay hardcore. Was that was
taking his account probably isn't going to make him pay that much. It depends on how much he's going to
make a new one. He could just make it,
yeah, you can just make a new one. It might not phase him none. It's one of those things where
that's on him, though.
They need to take his ass to court and make him
That's
pay
what I'm saying. They really need to go.
That'll make him pay. Taking someone's account hurts, but You go and you break their wallet, that's going to hurt them more than you taking their freaking Xbox account from them.
That's true. That's true. It's like what he did was really actually broke a criminal. You know, he pulled a criminal act. You know, he broke an NDA, an expensive one at that. So you know, there's definitely should be some sort of charges. There should be. He definitely should have his day in court. Both of them should actually, because dude enabled it by having a copy, even if he didn't play it, even if he didn't expose
the other guy
it.
took the game, you know, when he was supposed to have it, so that's theft. So he needs to see some jail time at least for stealing. You know, you can't do that.
When I signed the NDA to play a game, they even said that. He goes, "You're reliable, and the person that you if you share the videos to, and they look at them, they're reliable also." He even said that in the NDA. So if he sold that copy, he's reliable.
He's liable. He's liable, and the person that bought it is liable. They know, and he can't possibly have that story of, well, I didn't think it was illegal. Come on, man. You bought the game 45 days before release. You put out videos.
And then you were dumb enough to sell it online where everybody could see you had it, and then. You know, that idiot was even more dumb, and he posted it everywhere. About everything. It's like he would have.
And
they could have got, you know, away with all this shit. They just kept it on down low. You know, play it yourself or give it to a buddy. Make sure nobody, you know, posts anything. Nobody would have known. But no, they're both idiots, and they had to brag about it and post it all over the internet.
it just blows my mind, you know, and it's. But he's got his day. His comeuppance is coming. They on their way.
I'm sure Square Enix and Disney, the shareholders, everybody is probably getting together. They're probably trying to figure out what's the best plan that, you know, so that they can get some kind of compensation. Because they can't take that much for the guy. He's not going to have much. I mean, if it was like another company, they can get a lot more. But this is a dude that probably doesn't have much to his name, so they really can't take too much from him. So they
he did spend $120. Listen, he did spend $120 on the game. Now, granted, you know, to be honest with you, you know, anybody who could, you know, offer you a game early and you know you can get away with it, I mean, I would probably be tempted. But, I mean, to put it out there for everyone is where I think it gets shitty for me. You know, if you would have had like some sort of back end transaction, you were able to play it first, and it's just like this beautiful personal thing, you know, yeah. But you know, to put it out there like that and be like a fucking dickbag with it, like he's just so conceited about it. He's just like, look at me playing, look at my hand, you know, hold it. It's just like, what, man? Really? This is where you at? This is where you at in life? So. Like I said, his comeuppance is coming. It is coming. It's on its way. You know, it took an Uber, and it's. If you look at your phone, the tracking says that it's right around the corner. It's almost there.
No, you know he's looking over his shoulder, like
he's like, "Fuck,
who's coming for me?"
What's that noise? Police, open up! Oh shit! Yeah, it's over. So. All right, Sonic. I don't even know if I want to even fucking talk about. Maybe we should get Joel in on this conversation because
I want to talk about this.
Let me see if he's ready.
Because Sonic, first of all, let me pull up the poster for everybody so everybody can kind of get a good look at what we're referencing here. You know, let's do.
Yeah,
this.
I think he's coming in.
Let's do.
What does it sound like a death rattle?
Guys, just turn it off. Just turn it off. Turn it off.
There it is. Let me share it. Well, you guys can see it on stream if you're watching the stream on another device. You can see it right there in all of its glory, or should I say unforeseen nightmare. This is the new poster for the new Sonic movie. It's a live action film for Sonic. It's supposed to have Sonic and then like real live people. Like, and I don't know if Sonic himself is like somebody in a suit, or if it's like CGI. I'm hoping it's fucking CGI, because that would be the shittiest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I hope so. But here, for everybody else that listen, this is terrible. Dude, listen to me, man. And it's not just this poster. I think this poster does enough job to show you that this shit is about to be weird. This movie's about to be weird as fuck. But it's about what the producers said, that they know that they may get some blowback on. And one of the things that they said was like how thick he is. Sonic is like this dude is thick as fuck. This dude is thick. We talking T. Listen, Joe, we talking THICC thick.
Yeah, you know, going after the female audience. Wow.
Listen, and two, the producers talked about his eyes. They said that his eyes, and this is why I don't agree with what the producers said on why the eyes were so hard, because they obviously haven't seen Sonic or are actually Sonic fans. But they made a comment and said that Sonic is always from the side. He never looks. You never see his front. And that is absolutely.
You are completely and totally wrong. What are
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm a huge Sonic fan, and what I wanted to call them out on was that is incorrect. Sonic, there's so much out there where Sonic is facing forward, like in games, his own fucking anime.
Those people only played the games from the 90s.
They only played the 90s ones, and literally on the cover of some of the. I was going to say, because even on the cover of the old ones, he was facing forward, or kind of forward, like a tilt. But you can see both of his eyes, though.
Yo, I got you. I already know the problem with this, and I know why they're saying this and why they're wrong. Right? So, the thing about Sonic is he's the only character that I really know of that has what I like to call the mono eye. Sonic has one eye.
It's like one eyeball with two pupils. Right. I get it.
So, real talk, that's kind of fucked up. But it's true. So, it's hard to make something like that, like, look, I only think he's the only guy that can pull it off. I don't know too many other people that do that.
That's true. That's true.
I did see some artists, they draw him with dynamic eyes. I showed Terry a picture that I thought it was really, really, really well done Sonic with the more human proportions. So here is my thoughts and opinions on it, right? This is going to go one of two ways. There's only two ways for this to go.
I was going to say, you already know. There's no middle ground with this.
All right?
He's always smiling.
Road one. You're going to get a Smurfs, Yogi Bear, Speed Racer movie that's good, right? It's going to be quirky. It's clearly for little kids. I definitely know that going into it. Like
you can tell already it's for the audience, PG audience. Right? Yes.
Or it's going to go off the bandwagon and you're going to get like the Tomb Raider movies. Or the, oh my goodness, what was like a U-Bowl movie, right?
It's going to be like Mario Brothers. See, I think it's going to...
Hold on.
Listen, and the reason why I say that... Listen, this is the reason why I say that. The reason why I say this is because whenever you do too much to a character, when you change it, you can change things. That's fine. I'm not one of those people that's like, it has to be so 100% that I'm fucking triggered. No, you can change things. I mean, they could have changed ethnicities, all that. But what they did with Mario, first of all, the flame flower wasn't even a flower. It was an actual flamethrower, right? King Koopa was a white dude. Instantly, that dude, mind blown right there. That's when you know.
Dude. He was a dinosaur.
No, he was a white dude. He was just, first of all, the whole story. Dude, Yes, but they de-evolve.
Yeah.
But wouldn't they de-evolve into something more primitive? They wouldn't de-evolve into a fucking T-Rex. Like that was the most dumbest fucking logic I've ever heard in my life. And the way they changed that made that movie so trash.
What were they gonna do? Turn him into a giant turtle?
No, they could have just made a cartoon of it, or they could have just did
Jurassic Park way fucking older than that. And look what they did.
No, Mario Brothers is before Jurassic. Yes.
Yeah, and on top of that, Jurassic Park was severely lacking in technology. That's what made it.
It did, but it looked better though. But it looked better than Mario Brothers graphics when he evolved into a fucking.
It was real. Right, they built those
so
dinosaurs.
Trash, man. So here's the thing. I'm with you on that. I think there is just two things that could go. It could be we're super, like, our cautions are non-warranted, and it's an amazing rendition of Sonic and a super funny story. You know, I can see that. But then, like you said, it definitely could crash very hard. It could jump the shark.
For me, I see that, and at first, the first flaw I pointed out is that he's missing his gloves, and Sonic is known for having iconic gloves.
He's just like furry hands touching you.
He has no gloves on this poster, so he's not even, accurate to his iconic self. Okay, all right, so it's just wrong. It's just wrong. And then they made him have those more humanized proportions that you see in all the furry art.
He's got some kick-ass calves and shit.
This is going to be nothing but a furry fest movie.
All-timer furry fest movies.
Not when they go to this extreme.
This shit is extreme.
Zootopia.
Hold on.
Look like animals.
They still look like animals, though.
Above and beyond and stretch.
Right. We're not talking.
You go to DeviantArt and you start looking up furry characters of things, they have very specific proportions on their bodies. And that's what this is doing.
If they're cheap,
Zootopia doesn't do that. Zootopia doesn't do that.
If they're cheap, the real furries get the ones with the leg joints. They know it up. But okay, you've got Robin Hood by Disney. Right, that's a furry fest. They have extremely human proportions.
They do. That's true. The old school cartoon. They do. Yes.
Like to this, you're comparing things that don't look like this.
What do you mean?
Those are more cartoony. Yes, the furries love them, but those are more cartoony. I'm talking about the ones that look a lot more real.
Absolutely not.
Realism.
Absolutely not. If you looked up Robin Hood by Disney, they do not look anything like animals.
Listen, but here's the thing about Sonic, though. But here's the thing about
the art style that the furries tend to draw for their art compared to what Disney does.
You're saying they draw more humanoid than...
They make it more humanoid. Disney gives them, human proportions, I agree. But the furries take it to a whole goddamn another level when you go and look at freaking fan art.
So, hold on.
Anthony, you don't want to see that trailer. It's nightmare fuel.
What are the proportions that you're talking about? Like what? He has human.
Listen, his calves is fucking outstanding, dude. Hold on, first of all, dude. Sonic. Listen, Sonic is supposed to have the skinniest fucking legs in history. His legs.
When you go online and you look up, bipedal cartoon characters. And then you look up furry stuff, you can tell the damn difference.
So then there's a whole nother aspect to this, right? So we have it entering a new medium, which is this CGI real world thing. So some things just do not translate. They just don't.
But right? Sonic would. Sonic's original look would absolutely translate. All you have to do is just go super detailed. And you can keep it the same look.
On what? He's extremely smooth skin? Like, what
do you give him? Like... You could add a little texture, and you could add a little more spikage to his original big 3 or 4 spikes to his back. You don't have to actually make it like actual skin, but I mean, if you add a little more texture, maybe add some physics on some of the cloth on his socks and shit like that he wears with his shoes.
Why is he furry at all?
This dude is hedgehog. First of all, hedgehogs are not furry like that. They're fucking spiky.
Their bellies are furry, but not their whole body.
Exactly. And listen, they said that the eyes. Now this is what scares me. That's what I'm saying.
Realistic. His whole body should not be covered in fucking hair. And that's how he looks in that poster. He's a fucking hairy ass little rat.
Joel, and you account for this too. Joel, you'll know this too since you're a huge fan. There was some anime that drew kind of like his eyes, not necessarily separate, but they had their own kind of like edges. Some of the anime that they drew on Sonic. So they tried to imply that Sonic had two separate eyes instead of one eyeball, and that's been done before. And Sonic has, Sega itself has like approved it. You know, said, okay, it's fine. I like the look, even though you may have changed the eyes a little. You know, and this is for the anime, not the live action movie. Now, when Sega,
I own that. No, they don't. The Sonic OVA anime, no, they don't.
No. I'm not saying that they own that. I'm saying Sega okayed it, but so Sega okayed it. They said they didn't think that the eyes were too off. They thought they were okay. But when they saw what these people had planned for Sonic, they hated the eyes, and that's telling. Because usually there's everybody has always tried to kind of do something with Sonic's eyes. Every artist, every fan art.
I really think it would look absolutely terrifying and creepy to have the mono eye in this setting. So you need to.
Yes, I agree with you on that. But do I think his eyes should be small dots like a real hedgehog? That would be fucking terrifying, man. Okay. If his eyes were just two black dots on a giant head, dude. That would be fucking.
Do you guys have problems? Sorry. Do you guys have problems with the way Garfield looks in the Bill Murray movies?
I don't.
No, I thought he looked fine.
So why do you have a problem with Sonic?
Because Sonic's eyes is super realistic.
Garfield looks nothing like he does in the cartoons. He looks nothing like him.
But Garfield also looks like a cat, like an actual cat. This looks Sonic like a fucking
anything like an
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mutant. Like he's like human smash Sonic.
Do you have a problem with the Ninja Turtles in the new movies and the way they look?
Yes, absolutely had problem. Yes, because I thought the older movies.
Would you want them to look like
the older movies? They did. They were close. Only thing different was their eyes were a little more realistic in the older movies. But I love the facial aesthetic was the same though. So the facial aesthetic was, yes.
You like them, Mike. Not Danny. You like them when you think about it from a nostalgia perspective. If you put those guys,
the new ones look like fucking Jadakiss, dude. Dude, first of all the new Turtles look like Jadakiss, dude. That's not hot, dude. It's not. I thought the new Turtle design sucked. You could not
get away with the Ninja Turtles, like the Secret of the Ooze. You could not get away with them in a movie today. People would laugh them out of the stage. It would be up there with Birdemic. You couldn't do it.
Dude, you saw the backlash on the new Turtles, how they look? Everybody said they looked fucking disgusting, dude. They had like little alien creepy noses. Like it was.
Well, if you remember, they were supposed to be aliens. Michael Bay wanted them that way. But here's the problem. I'm not saying I like them, but I'm saying you could not get the old Ninja Turtles, right?
You could. I feel like you could. I feel like you could have pulled that off.
Out of the stage.
They would not, because the backlash was so heavy on how the Turtles looked. You could tell that people were not happy with that design, and they kept referencing the older movies. They were saying that maybe they could have streamlined.
How bad was that backlash, Danny? Did the movie make money?
Yes, it did. But just because because I had backlash, listen, you can't base it off of that. I mean, just because it made money doesn't mean that the aesthetic was fucked up. It was still fucked up. Even if it made money. It did. Dude, that shit was trash, though. And it got buried in the reviews. Like, it was trash, man. Like
it made shit tons of money.
So, it did. So does the fucking Transformer movies. And people say that shit's an abomination. So does fucking any of those. They all make money. But that doesn't mean that the shit isn't terrible. I mean, terrible movies make money all the time. Look at Skyscraper. That movie with The Rock was fucking trash, but it was $1 billion seller. I mean, you got to understand it. Sales have nothing to do with how terrible the movie is.
Ghostbusters would disagree with you.
No, Ghostbusters was good. The old ones were good. You talking about the old ones or the new one?
No, I'm talking about the new one.
Okay, yeah, the new one was fucking terrible, but it made a lot of money.
No, it was a commercial failure. So we have the critics, right? We have the people that go, they lambast it. We have the armchair warriors. They come out, they make a ton of posts, and they say all these things, right? But they're not the majority. They're not the masses. They're not voting with the dollars, and that's what matters. So if you were to have Sonic with a mono eye, noodle arms, noodle legs, absolutely no definition, and throw him into the real world because that's where they're putting him, he wouldn't look right.
You know how I know that was accepted? Because look at Sonic Adventure. If you go all the way back to that game, it was Sonic, but he was in real world shit. And he fit. Nobody said, oh shit, Sonic is sticking way out because he's walking next to a fucking, traffic light. Like, nobody thought that was odd, though. That game is highly revered, especially on Dreamcast. So, no, that's false because I feel like Sonic, all they had to do was maybe make his...
What was the worst thing about Sonic 06?
What, you took Sonic Adventure?
No, Sonic 06. Remember when Sonic made out with the princess? How'd that work out?
Okay, yeah, that was creepy as fuck. Okay. Okay, but that's because Sonic made out with the princess. That had nothing to do with Sonic actually walking or standing next to someone who's a human. I mean, Sonic itself is a super fantasy character. Like, a real hedgehog will never move at that speed. First of all, I don't even think it can stand up on its hind legs.
Yeah, they stand on... No, actually... the speed that they're doing in there is not accurate, but hedgehogs are actually very, very fast.
Are they actually really fast like that? Okay, so
they are fast little animals, and they actually they run an average of I think 20 miles a night.
We when we had hedgehogs, we had to buy them a special. It's called like a whisper wheel.
So
that if they book.
So it is accurate. Hedgehogs they do run fast for their size, and they run very, very long.
But are they running on their hind legs though?
But the inaccuracies
that's what I want to know.
They're not going to break the sound barrier. They're not freaking bipedal. And they don't have like the smooth skin like the game has. Real ones are all spiked on the back and they have a fuzzy belly. So there's differences, but they didn't even do that right in this poster. They made him all hairy.
They made him super hairy. Or anything. Like I said, he has no gloves. His shoes. No gloves, I thought his shoes was okay, but he had like no socks.
I don't play Sonic, but he plays all of them, and I've never seen him being covered in hair except for when they did that werewolf freaking.
Remember when he was the werehog and shit? Yeah, he was the werehog.
The only time he was hairy was when they did werehog.
So yeah, you're basically like you have like these two different versions of Sonic. You have three. I guess there's four versions of Sonic, right? Right. You've got your original pot-bellied fat Sonic, right?
Pot-bellied old school Sonic, right?
Then you've got the newer age, like the adventure year.
Sonic Adventure Sonic, right?
He is starting to get more human proportions. Like he's got
a little taller, right?
But he's still sleek. Then you've got Sonic Boom, right? He's sleek, but he needs a lot of sports tape.
Right.
And then there are I've seen a lot of art with Sonic giving him hair. One of my favorite of Sonic, I forget who drew it, but it's called Always Root for the Underdog. It's like a picture of Sonic next to like Spider-Man and Flash, and he's furry. Now, if they had taken that style, I would have been like, man, this is really cool. I just don't know how it would transfer. I know why they did it. It's probably because Sonic would look abso-positively creepy as hell next to a real-life person. Mario, you remember what was it? What was the last Mario game that come out?
I thought that was fucking crazy, dude. But here's the thing,
remember
though.
When Mario,
Mario Galaxy.
But Luigi, here's the thing. Here's the thing about
hold on.
Here's the thing about Mario.
Galaxy.
It was Galaxy. Point is, remember when they had Mario and he was like in New York City next to extremely realistic looking people?
I know it looked creepy as fuck. Yes, I give you that. But to me, I felt that was a bad design decision because actually the original Mario was from Brooklyn, so there was a fat short dude that existed in real life, and I felt like. If they were to do if they were to do characters like human characters in a different city, they should all be kind of like how Princess looks, and that's where I felt they dropped the ball. They put hyper realistic instead of like cartoonish humans where Mario exists. That's where I felt they dropped the ball on that. I mean, yeah, it looked freakish, but that was on Nintendo. It had nothing to do with
actual live action. So you're saying, man, Mario was fucked up because they put a cartoon
Yes,
character.
and Mario the movie. And listen,
cartoon character.
but here's the thing though. When you do live action, listen, you could do live action Mario though with a real person. And the reason why I say that is because if you go back to like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, the old school show. They did it correctly. They did it. They did it correctly. Listen, they did it correctly though. Mario was shorter than Luigi. Listen, they were both They were both stereotypes of plumbers. They existed in a real life setting where there were other humans, you know, that were like them. Dude, I'm telling you, man. That's why I don't like the Sonic. Because Sonic, dude, it's not going to be right, dude. It's not, man. If you wanted
to talk about realistic with cartoon, I would definitely not bring up Mario Brothers Super Show. You should go to, like, Mary Poppins.
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Disney
why wouldn't I bring up Mario Super Show? Because they had live action actors, though. They had live action actors, though, and that show was timeless. What do you mean, dude? I love that show, dude.
That is definitely not timeless. You need to
dude, what?
I own that entire series, bro. No, right?
You did not. Hold on. So you bought a series that you thought was terrible, right? Is that what you're telling me right now?
The Super Mario Brothers Super Show. If you put that shit on TV today, dude, kids are gonna be like, put Paw Patrol right the fuck back on.
Dude, I guarantee you, man. You talk about my childhood, dude. I didn't have that idea of it. I didn't think it was fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, like I said, we've gotten older, right? We're not current, right? It did not age well. Like, let's not lie.
Okay, I give you this. It didn't age well, but you can still have a real.
Parents think we're great during their time.
Listen, you can still have a
moment where the things that we think are awesome, the new age thing.
Listen, you can still have a real live person play Mario though. Like you literally can have.
Yeah,
you can have like some.
That's timeless. Lion King. That's timeless. Mario Brothers Super Show. That is.
Dude, Mario Brothers Super Show was amazing, man. What are you talking about, dude?
I'm with Danny on that one. I'm with Danny on that one. That shit was lit.
That shit was lit, man. First of all, they had the rap song. They had the fucking listen. They had the rap song. They had the rap. Hold on, I'm about to pull that shit up right fucking now. I'm about to pull that shit up right now. Fuck you. I'm about to pull that shit up right now.
Yeah,
let's do this. I'm about to pull it up right now. I'm about to pull it up right now.
Like, oh yeah, kids would love this.
I'm about to pull it up right now, and we gonna see a Super Show intro. Let's do this. Let's pull it up right now so everybody can fucking see it.
And then it was good in the 90s, but it's not.
I'll get ready to pull this shit up right now.
Like, and here's the thing: you need to get past your nostalgia. Like, Mike, how old?
I'm about to pull it up right now.
Look at Power Rangers. What our Power Rangers?
I'm about to pull it up for everybody right now.
And look how it's changed for the newer shit today for this current generation. It's nothing like the 90s campy we had.
Nothing.
It's changed.
It's changed.
Yeah,
all right, I'm about to pull it up for chat right now.
Do it anymore? You know what I mean?
I'm pulling it up for chat right now. So we about to see
it would not sell. You could not put Mario Brothers Super Show on TV today.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Those are what you all to move on because it's the stupidest argument that you said.
The only
I can't fucking pull it up. I don't know why I can't pull it up.
But yo, hear me out. This is gonna be the monologue for Sonic the Hedgehog. Yo, my name is Chuck. I'm the fastest hedgehog alive. When I was a young hedgehog, I saw my mom killed. Then an accident made me the impossible. In the outside world, I'm an ordinary zookeeper, but secretly, I use my speed to fight crime.
Okay, I'm about to play Super Mario Brothers Fight. That's shitty.
I will find who killed my mom, and I am Sonic the Hedgehog.
All right, here we go.
So, like, I get what you're saying, Anthony Henry, but again,
Super Mario Brothers
it's
Super Show.
Dude, that's Blue Albino right there. That's Blue Albino.
With the Mario Brothers and
Plummet, come on now, man. Come on, man.
Kids today are not gonna like that. They're gonna, you know.
It wouldn't fly, dude. It's not good enough. Like, that's the best way I can describe it.
They look like pedophiles today.
Dude, what? Are you fucking serious? Come on, man.
Rosa says Daddy needs his integrity question for hyping up the Mecha Pikachu.
Hell No, I'm not hyping fucking Detective Pikachu up. That shit is not. That's nightmare fuel too.
No, dude, you shut your mouth.
Dude, I swear to God, man.
Detective Pikachu is day one for me.
Dude, it is not fucking day one, dude.
It's day one.
No.
Yes, it looks fucking awesome.
No.
All I'm saying, Danny, is again, as someone who owns it, I grew up with it. I own the entire collection. I like the show, but I'm not naive enough to be like, yo, hey, Cartoon Network, rerun this in your, I don't know, your 12 p.m. Slot right when the kids are waking up from their nap. They're gonna be like, right? They're gonna it just wouldn't, right? They're gonna want their the new Thundercats. They're gonna want their. It's just like what was a better show, Mario Brothers Super Show or Dexter's Laboratory?
Shit, I would rather watch Mario Super Show.
Exactly. Super Mario Super Show was lit. It was
Mario
lit.
Super Show is better than the cartoon generation.
I think the cartoon.
I love Dexter's Laboratory though. I love Dexter. Come on, man.
Whoa! Pause. Rewind. What'd you call it, Danny?
That's
what Dexter called it.
No, hold on.
Exactly. Joel, tell him so I can take his life. Go ahead, Joel, tell him, and then I'll take his life. So go ahead and tell him I was just about to say it. So go ahead and say it.
The announcer would call it that, but Dexter would call it his laboratory. In fact,
exactly. So Big Mike, before you get loud, let's take. Don't be careful what you say.
I don't care, but normal people don't call it the laboratory.
Exactly.
Even Cartoon Network called it.
Exactly. Big Mike, you got 2 lives left, bro. Let's not go there. You know what I'm saying? So let's try this again.
Even Anthony's coming back. It's not called laboratory. It's called Dexter Laboratory.
You're saying that Dexter's Lab is not as good as Mario Brothers Super Show?
I'm saying it's equally as good. That's what I'm saying. It's equally as good. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it is as good. Just like Johnny Bravo, just like Cow and Chicken, all of them. I love that shit. I love it all.
I like Powerpuff Girls.
Right? They just came later. They had more stuff available to them. They upped the ante. Cartoons got a lot more important in the world. So I'm not saying Mario Brothers Super Show wasn't what it was. It was at its time. Well, like, what did they compete against, Mario Brothers Super Show? I don't even think Ren and Stimpy was out at that time.
That's true. Ren and Stimpy was, but it was really Nickelodeon versus
Nickelodeon, Disney and shit. Yeah, it wasn't.
Right, so it didn't have the shows to compete, so people didn't have the money to put into it. I mean, like, it didn't have the budget. It couldn't be as good as it could be. So that's what I'm saying. You can't look at it with these rose-colored goggles without.
It's not that. It's not that. It's just the fact that I felt like even though they didn't have the budget, they still tried. They got a fat dude to be Mario. They got somebody taller to be Luigi. They're both a stereotype Italian. I'm not gonna say fucking real Italian because that's racist as fuck. Because they don't always just go mamma mia and want meatballs and shit. But they at least tried. They said, "Fuck it, we're gonna be just as stereotypical as the Asians when they first built Mario." And our real life dudes will be the same shit. But when you look at Sonic, you look at that poster and you can tell me that shit's going to be good. Like, you can honestly look at that poster and go, that's going to be the fucking shit. Like, you can honestly tell me.
I think it's either going to be good in the same way Yogi Bear did, Garfield went, the Smurfs was decent. It's a little kid show movie. No. Probably gonna have a little lighthearted message, and it's probably gonna be filled with
Gargamel in the Smurf movies was on straight meth. Like literally, he was on meth.
Gargamel, bro.
Listen, Sonic is on meth. Look at Sonic's eyes. Sonic is on something. He's on meth. He's on fucking Huff. He's doing something, So
Sonic. How do you feel about the Power Rangers?
How I feel about the Power Rangers movie? I thought the Zords in the movie were trash. The outfits were the actual Ranger outfits looked pretty good. But
are you talking about the new one or are you talking about
the new one, the super new one? Yeah, the new one. I thought the Zords were trash, but I like the actual Power Ranger fit. I thought that looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So you're okay with them updating, changing things around because they know they could.
Yes, but here's the thing though. They didn't give like the Power Rangers fucking bat wings with fucking tennis shoes. Like they didn't change it. They didn't make it like so different that you can't tell they're fucking Power Rangers. Like you can clearly look at if you just looked at the poster of them just all standing together, you would instantly know, okay, that's Power Rangers, but their outfits are a little updated. You look at Sonic right now. You look at that fucking poster. I thought that was like, I don't know what. I thought it was a wolf trying to cosplay as Sonic. Like, I don't know what the fuck that was. Like, it was so weird. Like, his legs are so thick. Like, I don't understand why he's so fucking thick. It's like, how can you be a fast runner and you are like that thick, man?
It was Sonic. Like, he's got the red shoes, right? They definitely highlighted that. He's got, his trademark quills. He's blue. Like,
that dude's got to be scary as fuck, man.
You could associate it with him.
That shit is Resident Evil scary, man.
Dude, no. You know what? They got Usain Bolt to play Sonic the Hedgehog.
No. That's not it. No, that ain't it. What this is about to be is a travesty.
Okay, the Smurfs wasn't that bad of a movie though. Like,
yeah, it was bad.
Like, don't like bad. That's the other. That's the
Anthony. Yes.
Like, I'm 31, right? Mike, how old are you?
I'm 41.
Danny, how old are you?
37.
Okay, these are not movies for us.
I get it. But we also are fans of the genre.
Henry,
you're a huge fan of Sonic, right? You're a huge fan of Sonic, right? Listen.
Hey, how was the Smurfs? You have to understand that these aren't for us anymore.
Okay, it's not for us. But I feel like they should at least still do right by the genre. Even if it's not for us. Just being a fan of it. I'm still a fan of Sonic. I bought all the new games that are out for Sonic. I love Sonic. I'm a huge fan. But as a fan, I have the right to criticize. I can say, I don't like that shit. It's not because I'm just like, because I like Mario, fuck Sonic. It's none of that fanboy shit. I'm a huge fan of Sonic. And I feel like they fucked up. They made him too thick. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it.
Different taste. You know what I'm saying though? Like, I know. I mean, it is what it is. And not everything's gonna be a knockout of the park.
It's like this, Joel. I mean, we had two different Thundercat cartoons. You had the old school one, and you had the newer one. I let my nephew, my older.
I like the newer one. I know all the nostalgic people hated on it, but I looked at it for what it was for when it came out, and I actually liked it.
Nah.
Just like the new TMNT cartoon, a lot of nostalgic people hate on it because the art style's different, but it sticks to the truth of what the old show was. And I have a lot of fun
and I'm with you on that because I do like the newer Turtles. I do like the newer animated Turtles. I don't like the movie ones. Like I said, they all look like Jadakiss. But the cartoon is fine. The cartoon is fine.
The new Turtles cartoon because of the way that they're drawn and stuff, and you have to get past that.
I don't like the art.
Listen. They're stylized. They're stylized, but they're still like
it's very truth to it with the comedy.
They're still fun. They're still fun. It's
a good show. It's a good show.
Nope.
And they do all the same crap the original did. They go through the whole thing with the invasions and all that stuff freaking happens. They stay true to the original.
The comedy might be there, but the art style's bad. Raphael is not the leader of the Turtles. That's a no-no.
He's not the leader in that one either.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Where'd you get that one?
Yeah. Raphael was not the leader of the old ones either, though.
Yes, Leo is.
Leo was always the leader of the Turtles, the old ones.
Yeah, right. But in the newest cartoon, the art style one, Raphael is the leader.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
You don't. He's not.
He's not the leader of the new ones.
He's not the leader. There's a moment in the storyline where Leo's taken out for a bit.
Remember, he's taken out, and they focused on him.
Guess what else that happened in the old ones? Even the fucking old movies, they freaking get hurt, and then Raph's over there, picking up shit, and he's all sad about it because Leo got hurt. It's the same shit that happens in the new cartoon.
Big Mike.
Take my Big Mike.
He's not the leader. You're not actually watching the
You got
show.
3 gone already.
You're
I'm
making
not even giving my time.
Yeah,
I'm not
like
even giving my time.
you're real off base.
Plus he looks. Plus the other thing, he looks like he's on fucking steroids. Raphael does.
No, he looks like the rest of the turtles.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he
Mike,
doesn't.
I think you don't. First off,
talking about a different show.
you don't watch the show, and I think you just don't
Which
like
one are
the
you
art
all
style.
talking about? Which one are you talking about? You talking about the one I'm talking about? The newer one?
I'm talking about the new one, the one that you hate that Nickelodeon's doing.
It's trash.
You don't even watch it.
Here we go. Hey,
All
look.
these assumptions that he doesn't even watch.
Yeah, like,
Oh shit.
like these
You
are just,
were instantly wrong when you said that Raph is the leader in that show because he's not the leader in that show. If you actually watched it, you would know that that was a fucking lie.
Wait, Anthony Henry says he's on steroids. Okay, literally, are we talking about different shows because they're all the same?
Listen, Big Mike's talking about the Pornhub one. It's the one where they got the he's talking about the one where Raphael is the leader because he's Raphael Schlong, and you know they got the April O'Neil. You already know April O'Neil is getting him.
The only time I would
this is the one he's talking about.
even say he'd be more built is when Raphael's in
Raph-
his like Knight Rider suit.
Raph is
Let me-
a little more muscular, but he doesn't look like he's on steroids.
Oh yes, he's
He's talking about the adult film.
No, no, I'm not talking about him being on steroids. Oh,
Let me ask y'all a quick question. In the new Turtles, does Krang look like Honey Boo Boo's mom?
No, he looks like a jellyfish.
Hey, the old one did though when he was in the body. Yeah, when he.
He still has a body that he rides in, but no, it doesn't look anything like that. It doesn't look humanoid at all.
yeah.
No, it doesn't have that. He said Honey Boo Boo's mama. Hey, that's David. Here we go now. Let's do this. Let's get you a life first of all. Let's get you. I never thought about it like that, but now I'm fucking picturing it. Dude, Honey Boo Boo's mama looks like Krang's body.
Like I instantly was like, no, Krang's a oh wait.
Wait.
You know, every time I see Honey Boo Boo's mom, I just want to go Krang.
So maybe
Hold on.
was the inspiration for Honey Boo Boo's mom, right? You have this big giant gelatinous person whose brain is in his stomach.
That's really, really harsh. Okay, but we should move on.
I'm sorry. Listen. Let me take it back. Harry, I'm not trying to be harsh. I really am just making a joke, but I definitely don't want to offend people. Like I said, it's just a joke. I don't want to offend folks.
Oh
but
my
I'm just
God!
saying, that's how I compare it. I think it looks like Honey Boo Boo's mom, but you know.
Oh shit! I'm teared up right now. Oh
right
shit!
there, look at that. He doesn't look like he's on steroids, Danny.
Hold on, I'm about to do something right here, real quick.
What is that? Okay, no, we're talking about different shows.
This is the newest Turtles right here. What I'm talking about.
Terry, what is this?
I don't know. I didn't even know they had this.
Wait, let me see. Let me see what you're talking about.
This
Okay,
is
yeah,
what
we're
I'm talking about.
literally talking about different shows.
Is
this
this one even
is
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, this is on Nickelodeon. This is the newest one. This
All
is
right,
what
then we must be talking about the one that was before that one.
Okay,
Wait,
yeah,
what?
we were
Wait.
literally talking
Wait,
about
hold
different
on.
shows.
What the fuck is this?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, we were literally talking about different
Now,
We were talking about something
Now, the
different, yeah. Because the other one was kind of like 3D animated a little bit. Like,
Wait,
Black in that one?
Give my two
Oh my
lights back.
God.
wait, hold on. Wait, what? April O'Neil's black? What?
But yes, in this one,
Wait, hold on. Is she riding on is that who is that? Leonardo? Is she riding on his back?
Like he's got a hover pad shoulder pauldrons?
What?
Joe,
Wait, hold
I
on.
need to watch this.
No, I don't.
But yes, this is what I'm talking about. My nephew, my youngest nephew, likes
Listen,
this one. He loves it. He
I
watches
told
it
you I'm
like
31. I'm
regularly.
I don't know what that
Right, I'm
is.
gonna use the divine right of I'm
But
too old
yes.
for that shit.
In this version, yes, Raphael is the leader.
All right, Big Mike. Big Mike.
Yeah,
I'm
we were
sorry.
talking.
I didn't know that was
We were talking about a completely different show from Mike.
Man, I swear to God, I've never even heard of that one. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, I was talking about the one that came out before this. I thought
it was like 3D animated a little bit. The one we're talking about.
Mike, you hated on the other one too.
It was alright, but yes, the one before it was alright. It was my favorite.
Okay, yeah, right, but yeah, we were definitely talking about two different things.
We were talking about two different things for sure.
This is the newest one.
Okay, well that one looks
Raphael looks like Slash.
Slash. Raphael looks like he's on some steroids.
Or Spike.
Raphael is like fucking Juggernaut in that shit. I don't know. I don't like that.
Raphael's thick. Raphael's thick as fuck.
I don't know. Yeah, he thick as fuck.
Think about that. That's just roided out.
Hold on, let me take a look at that shit one more fucking. Look at that shit. That shit is insane. Like, what? His shell is like cut. Like if he lays down, he will cut his shoulders with how sharp his outer shell is. Like, what? April O'Neil is. I mean, okay, April O'Neil being black. Okay. But
yeah, see?
But the rest of this shit though, I don't know.
No, okay, this is the show that we were talking about.
I know which one. I've seen it on Hulu.
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. I thought it still held true. Yes, I thought it still held true to like the old school, even though it looks stylized. It still has that their faces are implied instead of having like super like texture.
And I mean, in that one, Raph is a little more built than the others, but I mean, he's not obscene.
Yeah, we were definitely on two different waves.
We were on definitely two different, because this one right here, this abomination right here, look, he has spikes on his actual skin, like his shoulders. He has spikes.
He looks like the villain Slash.
Oh, he does.
And one of the villains in the newest one I was talking about.
Donatello is like.
Why is he
in the future?
Why is that bandana? Why is his bandana like a do-rag? No,
I know.
The other three are fighting crime. He's robbing the liquor store.
Look at this shit. First of all, look, he has like tongs instead of like size. He doesn't have he has like some police batons and shit. I don't know. Something's off. This is wrong. Now, this is wrong. Right here. See, this is how I feel about Sonic. I think Sonic is about to fail this hard. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm at. See, when you go too far, like how did he get short?
You might need to watch the show.
Listen, how did he get short biker shorts under his shell? Look, he has on shorts. See, this is the problem. This is where it's a problem.
I think they all have it. They
do. They all. His is red. Everybody else's is black.
I'm going to have to watch it to find out what the hell's going on. This might be one of those ones where it's in the future.
Like an alternate universe where I don't know. Something happened there.
Doesn't even. It looks like he has like a.
It looks very futuristic to me. So I have a feeling they're doing a different timeline.
Yo, Michelangelo doesn't even look like he has nunchucks. He looks like he's got like a fishing pole with like a lightning spike yo-yo.
Yeah, that's what I'm not. I don't know what that is.
For Raph. Here's even the bio for Raph on the one I'm talking about. Raphael, a common snapping turtle who is the oldest, physically the biggest, and strongest brother in the show.
Was he the oldest?
He's no, he's not.
I thought they all changed at the same time. Like, did he go
They're
first?
the same age. What do you mean the oldest?
Well, in this one, he's the oldest.
They all came from the same batch of eggs.
In this show,
what the fuck?
It says in this show he is also the leader of the turtles.
Because that sounds like they're not even the same species of turtle.
Same type of turtle, right? They're all different types of it. But I thought they all were in the same ooze though. They weren't like they found one and then there was another one and he was like, all right, the Splinter said, fuck it, I'm gonna create two more, and he said two more in the ooze. Like, was that really what happened, or what the fuck was that about? All right, whatever. All right, I think let's do this. Let's just agree to disagree about Sonic.
I just think it's either going to be a trash fire terrible thing, right? And it's going to go into the annals of history, the Lara Croft movies with Super Mario Brothers the movie,
right?
Or it might be like staying on its own merits, like the Speed Racer movie or the Garfield movies, or like the Yogi Bear. Like they're not they're not so bad that they're not Birdemics, right? You said Anthony Henry, you're like, no, the Smurfs was bad. Smurfs wasn't so bad that it's like you want to talk about a bad movie? The Smurfs. No, it's not there. Like you'd say that about like the Mario Brothers movie.
Yes, it's not as bad as Mario Brothers. Absolutely right.
It has the potential to be that bad, but it could be all right if we just say this is the art style. Let's look at it for what it is and see what they do. It all depends on what they do with the plot, and it is. I like the Alvin and the Chipmunks, right?
Yeah,
I do like the Alvin.
It's all right. It's okay. It's all right.
But so we're just gonna have to see where it goes from there, like where it goes from here.
For sure. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. For sure.
Anthony made a good point. Also,
is Jim Carrey in it?
Yes, he's playing Dr. Robotnik.
He's playing Dr. Eggman.
Eggman. Excuse me, Eggman, not
Dr. Robotnik or Eggman. It's the same person.
That could be amazing.
Well,
Jim
it could
Carrey's
be
pretty good.
He is, but it could be earth-shattering garbage too. But it just depends on how they write it. I think if they write it to play on Jim Carrey's strengths, it could be amazing. If they write it to make him super reduced, to try to reduce his role, it's going to be a shit dumpster fire.
Look at the Jim Carrey that he had in what was it, Batman Forever? When he played the Riddler?
Yes.
Could
be good.
If we get fun with Dick and Jane, Jim Carrey,
that's gonna be shitty as fuck. So hopefully it's not that bad. But I'm gonna listen to Joel on this one. I actually am. I'm gonna give it an honest look. I'm gonna check it out, and if it's true trash, you already know final round will be exploded because I spent my money.
Danny, I had a revelation. There was a movie where they were absolutely true to the character designs, right? Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Okay, Rocky and Bullwinkle was nightmare fuel. I give you that.
They were absolutely true to how the characters looked.
Yes, they were. So, but
Robert De Niro, if I'm not mistaken.
But I still feel that the design for Sonic is way off. I still felt they could have just did something different. Hell, they could have just did a real hedgehog and made it like super campy, and just I felt like they should have just had him like this hedgehog.
You'd be getting more hate than what it is now.
I know, but I feel like they could do it.
They have really beady eyes. The people would
Hey, they're saying that Sonic's big head ass got beady eyes, like a real one. In the movie, they're saying that's why Sega hated it because his eyes is like beady.
I saw there was more leaked art out of him in color, and I think he had like kind of basic anime-ish.
Had like two pupils. I saw one like that too, but I don't know. I can't confirm because I tried to find and see if that was actually because I know the one you're referencing. He's like sitting in a car, and it's supposed to be, and his eyes look great. And I thought to myself, I said, if that's how he looks, I actually can accept that. But when you notice, if you look at that picture, he has gloves. So this could be an artist rendering. It could be some sort of fan fiction.
Oh my goodness!
Stop making so many noises.
What if this movie was about him getting his gloves?
Here's what I'll be saying in the theater.
Bitch, I want my motherfucking money back.
If that is how
this movie's gonna be about Dr. Eggman and how Sonic got his sneakers so he can run fast.
No.
He made the poster dark, and they want to put that badass.
Like, no.
I don't think you're gonna get that Garfield's family.
You're not getting that Garfield, but you're getting.
They're not going that angle because then they would have fully shown him. They're making this very mysterious.
What you're getting is bath salts Sonic. That's what we're getting. That's exactly what I'm telling you, man.
What you're getting is going to be the Sonic the Hedgehog origin story before he became fast.
Well,
No, I hope not. I absolutely hope not.
Pikachu a shot with Ryan Reynolds. Be like, why not?
Dude, that's
like this is the day and age we're living in.
That's true. I agree with that.
All right.
Actually, let's go to the next topic because we've been on this topic.
I know we've been on it too long, but you know how it is when you're a Sonic fan, you get triggered a little, you know. So I just had to air it out. All right, Joel. Thank you for being in this conversation.
Anthony said it's going to be about Sonic giving his rings to go fast.
Oh God, no. Here, you know, Anthony. All right, so all right. Next up, I want to kind of get through these. Hopefully, I can get through them quick because we actually got a ton of fucking stories, and I'm looking at the time. Like, I know Terry's got her shit she got to do. Mortal Kombat 11. The trailer at the Game Awards. This was the only little tidbit of the Game Awards that kind of still continued in the conversation through the past week. But Mortal Kombat 11, the music fucking sucks. Everybody can agree. Everybody can agree with that. That the music they chose. 21 Savage. First of all, he's getting roasted on Twitter right now, and they're roasted Ed Boon too for using it. And honestly, there's a lot of people out there who fixed it. There's a lot of people who like got the trailer, changed the music, and it looks good. And I'm gonna even toot our own horn here. We fixed it as well. If you check out our channel after the show, it's on the main page. We actually fixed it too. We added some old school.
I saw it.
Yeah, we added some old school
music, so I didn't care what song was on it.
Rock or what are they?
Well, there's a lot of different ones. There was ones that had like rock music. There was some that went back to like the old school Mortal Kombat. You know, you know that one. There was, and then I did an old school hip hop. You know, kind of like a Wu-Tang.
What did you say? 21 Savage? Like, what is the original one?
He's rap.
21 Savage. The original one is 21 Savage, which is shitty as fuck. It's a mumble rapper. He's a mumble rapper. And he's terrible.
And he doesn't even know 21 words.
Right, he's like
21 Savage.
So he's like then you see like this beautiful ass combat, it just don't fucking match. So everybody's fixing the trailer. So go to our channel after the show to the main page. You'll see our trailer. Tell me what you think. You know, we threw our fucking hat.
Drop a comment down.
Did you?
Drop a comment.
After you got done changing the music to it, did you take the time to look at the trailer in more detail to see all the little secrets that they put in it?
Yes, I did. There are some Easter eggs, like as far as what you look at Raiden. He's wearing Quan Chi's amulet. Which tells me that this is either an alternate universe or there's multiple universes within the game itself. Because didn't two Scorpions fight? Didn't he beat one Scorpion and then another one walked out of a portal and it was a different old school Scorpion that wrecked his shit? Right?
The location that the fight's taking place is major because we haven't seen it in a long time. It's a very important temple.
Was that pit? Was that pit? What level was that? No, that was Shao Kahn's lair, right? Where they fought? Wasn't it Shao Kahn?
Yeah, it's like one of the temples from the way back in the games.
Yes.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, and then if you look at the monks. They're all still
that's old school. That's Mortal Kombat 1.
Quickly, while they were still at peace, and then you see a bunch of the old guard with those special masks that we haven't seen in a while. They're dead. So
that's true.
Went down to where the monks didn't even they weren't disturbed when they died, and then you see the guard came in later.
And before Shao Kahn sucks souls out.
Yes, for sure. So, you know, like I said, I'll try to run through these real quick. So check that out, Mortal Kombat 11, our trailer.
Where I'm hoping it's supposed to go, it's going to be about it's going to continue with Mortal Kombat 10 story, where they went.
But there's so many different.
This game is going to have a lot of focus on weapons and things because if you looked at the trailer, they kept zooming in on all the weapons a lot.
They did.
So they think that they're going to do something similar to what Soul Calibur and them do with all the weapon stuff, and then with the armor. If you looked at the video, they kept showing how the armor was breaking. So they think that's going to be implemented in the game too, where your armor is going to break.
That should be pretty fucking dope, actually. So that'll be hype.
Mortal Kombat already have a big focus on weapons. Like
Mortal Kombat Deception. Was it Deception?
It would like change like your.
Yeah, remember you can cycle through your.
But no, this is gonna go more in depth where. More probably like Injustice, where you would pick different things to give you different stats.
Oh God!
Let's think about it. The same guy makes both games, so if he might make it more like Injustice 2, you're going to have a stat building.
But I think it's Mortal Kombat 3 or something like that, where they're using weapons. Because I remember Scorpion having a katana. If he can like whip out with like on a fly, if you push right on the D-pad. He switches stance, and you go to his katana formation, where you can
it's going to be like that. I think that was Deception, right? Which one was that one? Was it Mortal Kombat Deception, where you change your weapons out?
But I think it was that's the one there, Danny. But I think
it's going to be more like Injustice 2.
And like Terry said, yes,
that would be kind of good too, though. Yeah.
Like Terry said, they already said, well, what is that honky?
What the fuck? Pull over! Pull over!
Yeah,
pull over!
Right. Steal someone's car outside. Don't get it.
That is
pull over.
That sounds like someone's like, "Yo, I came to pick you up. Where you at? Bring your ass."
Pull over. You can't pull over any further. All right. Next up.
But Terry said, yeah, it's going to be like Injustice. I think they've already hinted at it. We're going to have armor like they did in Injustice 2, and you'll be able to switch it out and everything.
Okay.
Which is fly.
Well, that would be Shao Kahn absolutely supported. So yeah, check it out. Check out, like I said, go to our main page of our channel, and you can check out our remix to the trailer. Love it, hate it. I know some people just hate it because it's hip hop, but if you just just drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Next up, damn, this one's kind of a broad subject, but Twitch streamer. His name is Mr. Death Moth or something like that. Dr. Death Moth. Twitch streamer hit his girlfriend on live stream, like slapped the shit out of her. And on fucking live stream. And it was such a crazy thing. I guess she was trying to get his attention, and he was screaming.
It was like she was screaming his name for like a couple hours because dinner was ready, and she wanted him to come eat dinner.
But he was fucking on stream though. It's like shit.
Yeah, he was screaming, and yes, he was screaming. But she wanted him to come eat dinner with her and the family, and then all of a sudden she busted down the door. Well, didn't bust. She knocked and came right through. And then all of a sudden he jumped up and goes, "Bitch, I'm streaming!" And you can actually hear in the camera and the sound effects him beating her ass down.
Yeah, she started bawling too.
Did people call the cops?
Yes.
They called the cops.
They absolutely did.
I feel like that's the end of the story.
And here's the crazy thing about it.
Him after that.
Here's the crazy thing about it, though.
And she was pregnant also with his kid.
Well, she got arrested too. I guess there was video.
Well, domestic abuse is always nasty, but
they arrested her too, and they charged her with battery too. Until they actually saw the tape. And then once and plus dude ran too. He ran for like 3 or 4 days until they finally caught his ass. And he was using like an alias.
Not worry about a subscriber count. I think he needs to worry about his sentence term.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so they dropped the charges on her. So she was originally charged, and then they dropped the charges on her, and then they extended his charges because he eluded police as well as domestic violence. So. Dr. Deathmoth, you about to get Dr. D in prison, so you better be careful, bro. It's about to be ugly. It's gonna be ugly.
I almost want to say there's two sides of the story, but there really isn't. Like, I don't like. Okay, if me and Terry get into an argument, I'm pretty sure it never would come to get up and start running hands.
It's like, damn, going to blows.
There's got to be something else going on in their relationship, right? To like push them to that point, but that's never okay. Like, he call the cops. I'm glad he's that got dealt with. Absolutely. I would say the best thing to come out of this or advice I could say is you need to understand the importance that people put on streaming, maybe. because like I guess some people don't see it is that like, oh, they're just goofing around, whatever. You know, what our life is more important. Like, we need to suck them out of it. Where I could like, I'm not gonna in the military streaming unless like it's an emergency, and I try not to be intrusive. But, I mean, I'm not going to be like, Terry, I need you to stop, like, in the middle of the stream, Terry, stop streaming. I need you to cook the pot pie.
Right. It's like
there's decency, right? Yeah, but that's never okay. I mean, how are you just going to
He did it on fucking live stream, dude. Like, he literally did it on live stream. He didn't give a fuck who was looking. He just
as a matter of
slapped
fact,
shit out.
It's almost a blessing in disguise. Because I know a lot of these domestic abuse cases, they'll both get arrested. But because he was live streaming, people probably sent in that video footage to the cops, and they were like, no, you're just an asshole.
Right.
It was like all over Reddit, all over Twitter. People were just exposing this guy's ass. Like, dude, arrest him.
He was using a false name, too. It was like his name wasn't even what it was.
Well, yeah, I don't think his name is Dr. Deathmo.
No. His actual real name. His real name. They had his name as, hold on, I had it here.
So he had an alias and an alias for his alias?
Yes, he had an alias for his fucking alias.
Was he like an illegal alien or something?
I think there's a video for it, but I don't know if Danny wants to show it.
Tax evasion, some of that drug
He's got a different name because he doesn't pay his taxes?
Hiding from the IRS?
His name was, here it is right here. It says, and this is the quote Newsweek, so I give them credit. So Newsweek said that his name, he claims that Mr. Deathmoth has been apprehended by authorities, and they dropped the charges on his wife. Also, his name, where is that at? Because I saw that too. Here it is. Earlier today, it mentioned that his real name is Luke Peckeridge. It appears that his name is not Luke Peckeridge. He's using another alias, and his name is
his name
Deathmoth.
Peckeridge. I'm sorry, Puckeridge.
Twitch name.
Puckeridge.
A-W. Deathmoth. That's how you spell Deathmoth.
Yeah, Dr. Deathmoth. I'm sorry, Mr. Deathmoth.
Twitch
Mr.
people
Deathmoth.
put the dumbest spelling on everything.
Oh.
How does
I think it's regular. I think it's regular. Mr. Deathmoth. It's just plain and simple. Mr. Deathmoth. And his real name is Luke James Monday. So he was already using another alias on his alias, and then his real name is Luke James Monday. So, but he's currently in custody right now. The police have already charged him with assault. So he's
got 2 followers.
It looks like he posted bail as well. So
I'm sure he had money. He had a pretty big following.
Like the Tool?
Like Darth Maul, or like the maw of a monster.
Like moth, like a moth to a flame.
Dr. Death Moth.
Yeah, Dr. Death Moth, like a moth to a flame. Yes. So, his shit. I'm sorry, his name is Mr. Death Moth, not Doctor. I keep saying Doctor. Mr. Death Moth. So he's terrible person, and I
don't know. Either this guy got his channel taken down, or because
they could have taken it. They could have taken it down.
With like 6 follows, so I'm pretty sure that's not him.
Probably
Anthony. There is a video of it. Anthony, there is a video of it. Actually, there is a video of literally of his wife.
Channel got taken down.
His girlfriend or wife.
Video feed of him beating his wife.
I'm not gonna watch it. I just want to see his channel.
But that video is out there.
I'm not seeing the channel, so I think Twitch took him down.
So she stormed the room. He gets up, he tosses his shit down, and you can just hear pop, slap, and then you hear her bawling. Yep. And he's like, I told you, and it's just like
right back.
It's just fucking crazy. All right, so it's just an insane situation. It happened on fucking live stream. It can never be like denied now because it happened in real time. So his ass is done. Even though he posted bail, it's over for him in actual court. So, all right. Next up, Ashen. Ashen is out in the wild right now, so if you guys go pick it up, if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can just download the bitch for free.
You can get it. You can get Game Pass if you're a new subscriber to Game Pass. It's only $1.
Yep, it's $1.
Promotion until July.
So you got a real chance.
Yeah, Game Pass is going to be $1 for the first month for anybody who's new to signing up until July.
Yep.
So you have a real chance to test out Game Pass, which I think is actually good. There are some really good games on Game Pass, which is just shocking, but it is.
Right
and
now,
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, right now I've been playing on the Game Pass is Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah, Forza. I've played a lot of Forza. Yeah.
I'm playing Forza Horizon 4 and I'm loving it. It's better, much better than 3.
I think 3 was better, but 4 is.
I hated 3 and I don't like 4. I do agree that 4 is better than 3, but I still think it's shit.
3 was such a hot mess.
The game is beautiful, I'll give it that, but I hate the driving mechanics in 4.
All right.
I don't think they're that bad, but I mean But I don't play it on hard difficulty. Not carry.
Well, to segue into a bad business decision, Xbox good decision. This one's a bad one. Soldier Boy. If those of you who don't know who Soldier Boy is, he's that
Soldier Boy Tell Him?
Yeah, Soldier Boy Tell Him has a gaming console. And I think it's $199. You can buy it right now. It's cheap Chinese bullshit. Honestly, it has like all the emulators on it. And it is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. But you guys can go check it out and see what it actually is. You can go to YouTube.
He has his own console. It's not.
He has his literally his. He has two of them. He has a handheld and a home console.
You mean I get my own Soldier Boy? Tell him. Console.
You can use one of them games. This shit is just trash. That shit is fucking trash, you know. Just like his music, it's fucking trash.
Come on now, don't be like that. He had one good hit. He did have one good hit.
What was his good hit? Sing it.
I ain't gonna sing it.
Wait, hold on. Are you arguing Soldier Boy didn't have any good songs?
He had one good song I liked.
I'm not having this.
No, crack that Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
No.
Come on now, Danny. I know you listen.
All right, so okay.
Daddy's lying. Daddy's lying because I know he listened to that.
Also, I don't know if you remember this, Danny, but Soldier Boy beat Super Hot Fire in a rap battle.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
That wasn't even real. You shut up.
He beat him.
I know that shit was here. I'm just gonna move on. Epic Epic is creating their own digital game store like Steam, and they're actually coming at Steam's head because the way they're offering, the way that they pay their developers. So I guess Steam is kind of notorious for not necessarily paying a lot to like indie devs, and Epic said that they'll give 88% of revenue to any indie dev that releases their game on their client, just like Steam has. So I think that's pretty bold. Epic does have the money because of Fortnite, so they definitely have the. It's gonna flop, I think so, because you can't.
It'll flop.
I think it's gonna come down to the community, and I think it's just not gonna be there.
I don't think it'll flop.
It'll flop because this is gonna be a big thing right here. Everybody, there's so many ways to get games already online. So many different game libraries.
It's saturated.
Freaking Discord even has it. But you know what everybody still goes to? Freaking Steam, because it's easy and it's what everybody knows.
Speaking of Discord,
Epic is going to appeal to the devs because they're going to get paid more, but the gamers are still going to go to Steam.
They're not even going to think about Epic. Like Epic is not
of getting even more game library apps to install and open to play games. They want everything in the convenience of one place, and if all their stuff is already primarily on Steam, they're not going to go and switch over to something else.
Exactly.
I don't know. They might.
That's going to be fucking terrible.
No. Gamers are going to stick to what they know, and that is Steam. They're not going to do it.
I appreciate
why Steam is still the main one people go to. You don't see people going to, Fanatical or, all the other ones, Chrono GG, freaking Discord. You don't see them going to those libraries like they do for flipping Steam.
Right, true.
Because Steam is the go-to. Even if Epic has the money and the devs are going to like that, the gamers aren't going to use it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if the devs pull from Steam and like, look, we're going to go with Epic. I don't know. It's going to be like one of those. You want the exclusive from Epic? They're going to buckle down.
Here's why that's not going to be true, because I mean, the indies can release on both systems. I mean, literally, indies can go, okay, I can get Steam money as well as Epic money. I mean, they're not going to just go, well, we're not going to post on Steam. Steam's community is so gigantic, it would be kind of silly. It was silly not to get that exposure. So I think what's going to happen is Steam is going to end up paying more. I think that's what they're going to end up paying the indie devs more, which is a good thing. And anytime somebody challenges that notion that you don't pay the devs,
which then defeats the purpose of Epic even having their own little
exactly.
What's the point if Steam is paying that higher charge?
They're going to end up paying more, and that's what's going to happen.
And even I think I saw Discord is going to do the same thing. They're doing like a 90-10 or
90-10. Yeah, but it's like I said, it has a chance to prove a point, which is you got to pay indie devs. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're indie doesn't mean that the quality isn't there.
And I'm all about that.
I love a lot of indie.
And almost all of them use Discord. You know what they're not using? The Discord library.
Yep, exactly.
And I'm all about that. I'm all about the indies getting paid.
I use it. I mean, I got some stuff on there, but I'm the minority when it comes to that. Majority are just going to get the shit on Steam.
Right.
True. All right. Terry, I know you got your BG show in 45 fucking minutes and shit. So
I know you guys were talking about Kingdom Hearts. I could hear you.
Yes.
Did you guys touch on Donald Duck in the gun?
Dude, we already did. We already did. Listen. That shit is phonier than a $2 bill, literally with all our pictures on it. So I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious that Donald came strapped, but that shit is phony as fuck.
There's actually a part of me that's hurt that it is fake.
Yeah, it's fake. It's phony because the original one, he's holding a staff. The original one, he's holding it like a magic staff.
I told Joel that I think he's dumb being the healer in that game.
Right, he said, "Fuck that! I'm the damage dealer. Fuck a healer." No, but he it was hilarious. He was original one. He's holding a staff, a magic staff.
Dang it!
Yes, sir. So it's not like he's coming with them things. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it, Joel. He has a fucking scepter. So
that game was about to get me to play a Kingdom Hearts since Kingdom Hearts 1.
Dude, I know you were about to do it because you want to pop a cap and motherfucking. I know what you want to do.
I know that you don't really play with the Disney characters, but just to be rolling through fucking the Jungle Book and Donald Duck, like, where's Shere-Khan at?
That shit is not going down. That shit was phony, but it was funny as fuck. I swear to God, I was dying laughing. But that shit is not. That's not the truth. Joel, I know you devastated, dude.
Like normally he does have a staff. Normally he does have a staff. I thought it was a new weapon. I was like, damn.
No. Listen. I know you devastated.
It's a special weapon he's going to use in The Incredibles.
Yeah, I'm just telling you straight up. That's what Square Enix is doing. They're sending Donald Duck with strap to that guy's house. Like,
hey,
motherfucker, you gonna play my game early? Is this what we doing? You playing my game early, motherfucker?
Exactly. He's going to send like a 7-foot Donald Duck to this guy's house and say with strap, you want to sell up this fucking game?
Right. You want this smoke? You want this smoke? You don't want none of this smoke?
No.
Where's my money, fool?
All right. I'm going to skip final round this week because we fucking overdid it. Yes, I know, but I know Terry has to get to her show. Shouts out to Chad, Anthony, John. I saw you guys in there. Frozen. Who the fuck else did I see? It was somebody else, but I can't remember who it was. I'm trying to go to chat right now. All right.
John,
so shouts out to Chad, John, Anthony, Frozen. So shouts out to Chad. for having a triggered conversation with us and telling us to fucking move on from the Sonic conversation. Shouts out to the panel here. Shouts out to Joel. Thank you, man, for hitting us up today, man. We definitely needed that.
We need you like more often, man.
Day one, I'm camping it. I'm camping the movie.
Whatever. Shouts out to Dave D for showing up once again at the last minute. Let's go ahead and get David his outro.
I have family responsibilities. I try to get on, guys. Trust me, I love the stream. I think you guys are awesome.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. So shouts out to Dave D. Shouts out to Cool Cat Terry. LaLa, she couldn't be here either, but shouts out to LaLa. I want to give her a shout out real quick. She's doing a charity stream on Twitch right now, and I think she's featured on the front page. Which is an amazing fucking thing, and it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Usually, when you get featured on the main page,
before Joel leaves, hold up. Tell him to come back.
No,
Terry,
fuck you, Mike.
Tell him to come back. No, tell him to come back.
Mike. Let's do this. All right, so nah. We're gonna end the show. Terry has to get.
Fine, but I wanted you to give 2 lives to Joe, man.
Why? Joel lost a life. What do you mean?
No, I commend him and I rep him on that throw of his, man. That shit is awesome.
So this is what we're doing for the show. So once again, you can catch us.
Look at that, Daddy. You know you can't go that.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end the show.
82-14, and I said I'm going it all the way out.
So we're gonna end the show. So Big Mike. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna end the show. Thank you guys for watching and chilling with us on this Saturday.
I'm only saying, Dave.
And you know what I'm saying? You can catch us next week. You can catch us next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully, we'll have a full cast for next week. And we love you guys. We will catch you guys next week. Check out that remix video for Mortal Kombat 11 trailer. Check it out on our main page. Shouts out to Player One Coffee. They finally got motherfucking cocoa. Go ahead and pre-order this shit right now, please. And hell, we are fucking out. Fuck you, Big Mike. You're not getting it out. All right, peace. We out.
I'm just saying, only Dave can grow that. See, Daddy knows. Look, he's over here scratching his nose like, he's salty. He's like, I can't grow that shit.
You do what you have to do, Daddy.
Exactly. You gotta do what you gotta do.